Welcome back! This is Velux Clan with our newest video, which is a review of 1.5, which has just come out today. Why are there so many mushrooms?
Because mushrooms are awesome.
That is really true. Oh my god, you're killing the mushroom! Okay, let's get on with the actual video.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna go over the stuff that we're not gonna, like, display in-game first, just because that's the way our schedule works. So, the first features, one that you'll definitely notice when you start up, is that you will notice that there is no texture pack button, and that is because it has been moved to the options screen. And I actually will show that. If, as you can see, if I press options, look, texture packs, and you can access your texture packs in-game like Optifine, except it's not in the video settings, so it's slightly different in that way.
Although, I like where it is, but I just don't like that's not on the main menu anymore.
Yeah, I wish it took the same approach as Optifine did and put it in both places, because they haven't really filled that space with anything. It's just kind of emptiness.
Okay. Well, John can show you this as well. They added free options to smooth lighting now, so not only can you turn it on and off now, but you can turn it off, have it on low, and have it on high. Now, I know John tested this out, and he didn't really see a difference between low and high, but I guess you gain more frames.
Yeah, well, let's look at this mountain, which will have shadows. Maybe you'll be able to see it better there. So, minimum and maximum. I really don't see a difference. Maybe it's slightly more dramatic. I don't know, but if you have a less than adequate computer, I definitely recommend going with minimum because it's such a small difference, and I'm guessing that it must help lag, otherwise the setting wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Right, and there are also more detailed death messages. So I guess if you go into here, I'll...
Here. Oh, okay. So...
that was...
anticlimactic.
I think if you knock me off of a cliff, though...
Okay, let's do that.
Alright.
Here, I'll just teleport you up here.
Alright.
And there we go.
Make sure you knock me off so that I die.
Yeah, so let me just get like a wooden sword. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see? Super Saiyan 7 was doomed to fall by Steve the Avatar.
So it makes it a little bit more interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay. So now, in hard difficulty, I guess monsters have become a little bit stronger, and I guess they just do more damage to you than before.
Probably. I haven't checked that out, and I'm not gonna really go over that, because I guess you'll be able to see that.
Hard. I never really play on hard anyway, so.
Yeah. Hard is too hard. Light this place up.
And then mobs can also ride each other.
And I'm not sure how you exactly do that. You might need, like, MC Edit and fancy stuff like that.
But it exists, so...
Yeah, so for you map makers, entities can now ride each other, and that's any entity at all, not just mobs. So you can put, like...
You could have a bat with an ender dragon riding it, while you're riding on it on a minecart, while a mushroom is on your head.
Yeah. So you can get intense stuff like that.
So hardcore.
So hardcore. And yeah. So also Herobrine has been removed, and I think they're going with every other update with that. I think they're just removing Herobrine without adding it.
I don't think they ever adding it in anyway. It's just they just do it.
They just remove it. Alright, so that's all the ones that we're not going to explicitly show, even though some of them we did. But now we have this...
like the actual item additions and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so first is the Redstone comparator. This being the Redstone update, they added a couple redstone items that you'll see throughout this entire video.
Yay.
Now the comparator, we're not really sure exactly what it does, but from my understanding, it will, like, it just compares things, I guess.
I think it might require a certain amount of charge.
Yeah, so like if I were to extend this out, maybe.
Yeah, let's see what happens if I do this. Meh. No. Alright, so let's see if...
Oh yeah, so redstone now has strength as well. So, like...
see, that's receiving a pulse, but it's not out... Or is it? I don't know.
It's
We just don't really get this, I guess.
It's outputting a signal, I'm just not really sure what it's doing.
We'll post a link to the wiki
Redstone-
page for the comparator.
Redstone now, based on, like, I'm pretty sure, like, wooden and stone pressure plates, they have different, like, signal strengths now or something like that.
Well, there's the weighted pressure plates.
Well, yeah, we'll cover that later, but I think, like, signal strength is another one of the things that's gotten changed up. I'm not really sure the specifics, but...
It's gotten a facelift, if you will. Alright. And so the next thing are hoppers, and hoppers are... They're interesting.
Yeah.
They're sort of like a pipe, but not really. They're like a funnel, basically. That's really the only decent explanation I can come up with.
Yeah.
They're a funnel.
So, basically, whatever you put into a chest or drop into the top of this dropper will filter down into any chest, so be it trapped, normal, or minecart.
Yeah, that's not going to work, I think, because that hopper is facing to the side, you see?
Oh, so it is.
But take our word that it does go into the chest carts.
Yeah, it just does.
And you can drop stuff in there. As you can see, it can pull stuff out of a chest. If I drop something in there, it goes in. And it's gone.
It's sometimes. Oh, I put in some...
Oh, it fell into a different one. It looked like it fell into one, but it didn't. Okay, so it did go in.
So it is a little bit temperamental. I mean, you can make some pretty sweet stuff with this, but...
Yeah,
we're
like...
not going into huge detail about...
Yeah.
Okay, so we mentioned trapped chests. What trapped chests are, if you look. If I open up this chest, it'll send out a redstone pulse.
Yeah, so there is a way to detect a trap chest, and I think that they should remove that, because then texture pack artists can make, like, a trap chest be, like, really obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it's just subtle, but
I mean,
I think it should use the same texture so that there isn't a way to tell.
yeah. But, I mean, they're pretty cool. You can do a lot of things with them. What I like now is that you can, like, stack these in real close proximity to each other.
Yeah, like, you can... If you want to make chests be close, you can... Now, you can do that, because you can take this chest, and you can alternate. And I don't believe do trap chests go double? They do.
They do go double, but it's finicky. Sometimes it'll work. Like, right now I can't place in the middle of this for some reason. They don't connect. It's strange how these work sometimes.
Yeah. But, yeah, that gives you a little bit more freedom with chests, and there's, of course, the intended purpose, which is to trap it, or make it somehow send off a redstone pulse.
Yeah, so, like, if you were doing an adventure map, if you opened up a chest, it would, like...
Explode the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another feature over here is, like, you can, now with any interface, like crafting tables or furnaces, you can now, like, drag and drop items. So if you take the sponge, or is it sponges in that chest, I think? No, if you take the wood out of that chest and you put it in the crafting table, you can just drag and drop to make a crafting table, and you can make, like, 50 crafting tables real fast.
Yeah, so see, I'm holding it down. You can tell because the...
It evens it out nicely, so
Yeah.
like...
And if you drag over top, it doesn't go over. See, if you are trying to drag over, it will only let you put one per drag, which is useful.
Okay, so there are also now these new blocks called droppers.
Yay, droppers. They look like a happy dispenser.
Yay!
Happy. Alright, so basically, they are basically, if you imagine a dispenser, they override the classic, I'm doing a bad job explaining. Here, I'll just show you. Nothing. No, there.
There we go. Alright, now it'll work.
Alright, so as you can see, if the dispenser has another use other than just dropping the item, the dropper will sort of override that use and just drop everything. Meanwhile, the dispenser is more of a projectile, and I think that they were mentioning how they wanted to sort of change the usage of the dispenser to be more of a dispenser and have the dropper be the block that drops blocks. And so if you're an adventure map maker and you want something that actually drops blocks and you've been using a dispenser, I suggest converting to a dropper. Alright, so we also have quartz, and that is the new block which you can find in an ore in the nether.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it has kind of a different approach to ores.
Yeah.
Looks,
so this is the first never ore.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And basically you just smelt it, and it works like stone now, and you can make different kinds of quartz, like these nice pillar-looking ones, or stairs, or slabs.
And so there's stairs, slabs, pillars, just a normal block, and there's this nice-looking chiseled one.
Yep.
And,
okay.
Yeah. There's also this. Yay.
Redstone blocks. So
redstone
basically they're
blocks.
just blocks that output a redstone signal.
Yeah. You can use them with pistons. Sort of an easier way to use pistons to activate something.
Yeah.
If you need a more advanced lever. Alright, so there's also the daylight sensor. This is pretty useful for people who want something better than a little villager in a house.
Yeah,
to sense.
so basically, what daylight sensor does is it detects daylight. So, I mean, a little step here. So, if I set the time to night, it'll detect that it'll send no pulse because there's no daylight, and then my lamp moves over and lights up.
Yay, and I believe I think I heard that if you completely covered the sensor, then it would give an inverted signal. I'm not totally sure if that's true.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's something that you can test.
I want to figure that out, so I'm just gonna, make a quick thing here. Oh, it is true! But
Oh, it pulses for some reason.
I think that might be because it turns off when it has that light around it.
That might be. That's kind of cool, though. So you can make, like, a street light almost.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm sure there's a more perfected version of that, because I've seen them. Seen people posting, oh, street lamp, and... Yeah.
Okay, so we also now have, as we mentioned before, weighted pressure plates.
So this does not have... It doesn't detect a person standing on it, but if you drop something on it...
So, these do take, actually... See, so there's a little signal now.
Yeah,
and the iron ones are the heavy ones, and the gold ones are the non-heavy. And I know the heavy ones take a lot of items in order to activate.
And I think I heard that... Stop throwing those. Stop it.
Yeah.
I think I heard it heavy items do more. I'm gonna try and verify that. Like iron would do more. It doesn't seem like it is.
I mean, it still takes a lot of items.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go. So, like, this is another adventure map thing. So, like, say you need to find so many diamonds or something, they could just have something like this, and once you have enough, it just opens.
Yeah. And as you can see, the more that's put on it, the longer the redstone pulse is. So that adds more to the sort of facelift to redstone length.
Okay, so finally
and
we have...
last thing is the activator rails and the TNT minecarts. They're wonderful.
Yes, they are. So, basically, TNT minecart, TNT and the minecart, and activator rails that activates TNT minecarts.
It activates actually anything that does a redstone pulse. So if you have the dropper minecart, for example, it will...
yeah, you can make dropper minecarts too.
Yeah, you can make dropper minecarts. You can put a dropper in a minecart and it'll drop a block when it goes over the activator. Yeah, so that exists. So you want to do the honors?
You can, since you're recording.
Oh.
So, this will cause massive lag, so if we crash, I guess...
It will be the end of the video, and it will be anyway.
Yay!
Yay! Push.
Oh, anticlimactic. Hold on.
Yeah, it's going down slowly. You want me to just give it a push?
Or
will it die if I push it?
No. There we go. Alright, so this is the
Oh, really?
And...
Oh, snap. That was pretty small. But there's like a million minecarts.
Okay. So I guess...
Alright, so a notification came like right at the wrong time, like right at the climax, so you're just gonna have to ignore that because I can't delete it. So ignore the notification. And
okay, we'll see you next time.
Bye bye, 1.5, yay.